Now, the numbers have dwindled, but protesters continue in Portland for the start of a 10th week. Right now, one group is in front of the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office in southeast Portland. This crowd marched from Laurelhurst Park to 47th and Burnside. They can be heard chanting, "Every city, every town, burn this precinct to the ground." Police say they've seen some in the crowd throwing objects at officers. At the same time tonight, protesters are again gathered in downtown Portland, and that's where we find our Mike Benner. Mike, what's going on there?
Hey there, Brittany. We're at Southwest 4th and Salmon. I can tell you there are about a couple hundred people out here at this late hour, and we're just a few minutes removed from some very tense moments. Again, here at Southwest 4th and Salmon, I can tell you that there was a standoff between protesters and state police troopers. I'm not sure what led up to the standoff, but I can tell you there was a very tense standoff between the two. We're talking about protesters and state police. I saw state police take at least one person away in handcuffs. Again, not sure why. And then as they retreated, as the state troopers retreated, we know at least one protester threw something at them, and they responded with multiple rounds of pepper balls, and that pretty much dispersed this crowd you see behind me, but there's still a couple hundred people out here. And again, not sure what led up to this whole thing. We're trying to track that down right now. But again, the situation out here is pretty tense. And this follows a peaceful demonstration from a group of clergy. Take a look.
Show me what theology looks like.
Monday evening along Portland's waterfront, a group of no more than 24 faith leaders rally in support of Black lives. But there's more to this group than just that. They're demanding police accountability, denouncing the use of weapons on protesters, and insisting on serious policy change. Reverend Lenny Duncan of Portland Interfaith Clergy Resistance.
There is violence out here, but the violence is coming from the Portland Police Bureau. The violence is coming from Ted Wheeler and not from the protesters. Protesters are normal, everyday Americans standing up for the Republic. These are moms, these are dads, these are doctors, these are people who are carpenters, and these are a group of pastors who've had to put on body gear in response to first the PPB.
Monday night's rally comes just hours after the New York Times published an op-ed piece written by Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle. The chief mentioned the peaceful protesters, but also the ones who engage in violence that he says could lead to injury or death. He points to the night of May 29th when protesters broke into Central Precinct and the Justice Center, causing damage and setting fires before looting nearby businesses. Chief Lavelle called the Bureau a progressive agency that's made significant changes to policies and training. He called for an end to violence and pledged to be a leader in police reform. Faith leaders we spoke with aren't buying it.
It was outrageous. It was outrageous. At least he acknowledged that some protesters were peaceful, but truly, this has been over 2 months, and there has been almost no untoward, let's not even call it violent behavior by protesters. Confrontational, perhaps, but nonviolent.
All right, back out here live. You're looking at the intersection of Southwest 4th and Salmon. We're just a block away from the federal courthouse, and playing out within the last half hour or so a tense standoff between protesters and state troopers. We saw state troopers haul at least one person away in handcuffs, and as troopers left, protesters threw things at them, and troopers responded with multiple rounds of pepper balls that put pepper spray in the air, kind of gets in your throat, and that dispersed the crowd. Again, not sure what led up to that. We're trying to gather a little bit more information. But Brittany, that is the scene in downtown Portland right now. Let's send it back to you.
All right, Mike Benner, thanks for keeping us updated.